Hello everybody, how are you going? Welcome to this video where we will be looking at US versus UK portion size differences as a comparison between some very popular brands, but what do you get for your money across the pond? And really then we can use it as a contrast to see, maybe it's not one of your countries, but you can see how close you are.
From McDonald's to Domino's, we wanted to find out all the biggest portion size differences between UK and US fast food. This is Food Wars.
Fair enough. That's McDonald's to start off with, of course.
This is what a small drink looks like in the UK.
This is a US small.
This is what a medium drink looks like.
This is a US medium.
And this is a large.
Whoa.
And this is a US large.
Damn, off the rip you can see that the US small is practically the same as the UK large, and I think that is definitely going to be setting the tone for this entire video. Just really supersizing everything, and especially the drinks, and then especially considering that, as far as I'm aware, the US is the only place in the world realistically compared to the UK, Australia, all these other Western countries that has free refills. And I don't know if McDonald's still has that, or if they've banned it or finished it, or if it's another place, but free refills is definitely a thing that people complain about not having and also love having. But if you're refilling already something that's way bigger than anyone else has got for probably less, you can see how problems arise. Yeah, look at that. That is just ridiculous.
So with our McNuggets in the UK,
double.
The default adult sizes on the menu are a box of 6, a box of 9, or a share box of 20.
A share box of
Nuggets.
20.
You can get a box of 4, or you can get a 6-piece, or 10, 20 for sharing, or
what have you got?
40.
Is that?
And according to the 3 McDonald's in the area, they don't have 20 or 40 boxes. They just do them in increments of 10.
Yeah, but, okay, that's what I was wondering. Like, do you then just get given it as 10 times 4? Or is it more so the fact that then you were getting a discount for buying in bulk? But McDonald's then doesn't have to then actually make any more boxes and different boxes. They just make millions and billions of 10 Chicken McNugget boxes. I guess once again, though, it is 2 times more than the UK's largest. And that just carries on, like I said, with the drinks going from $2.50 to $4.73. They call it 2 times. And then again, we're having 2 times. But that's a little bit different because it's not just 3 tiers of sizes. You are actively going to be paying a little bit more for 40 compared to 20. The pricing would be something that I'm interested to know how different it is, but even just from a size perspective, there's just more options. So that's a little bit different. Something that I do want to look at quickly though is I believe that Australia comes in, what is it, like 8, 12, and 24? Where is it going to be? All day menu, I would think, and McNuggets. Is it going to say? I don't believe it's going to say, but yeah, I believe that it comes in, oh no, I think it's maybe 6, 10, 12, 20, and 24. And the weirdest part is that 90% of the time, 24 is cheaper than 20 for some reason. No one has ever been able to work it out why. Maybe it's the fact that they've got a 10 box and not a 24 box. I don't know. But for 24 to be cheaper than 20 never made any sense. And so I can't imagine why there's so many 20s. Maybe they're just playing the silly people.
Just out of curiosity, we're going to bring our trusty friend, the scales back. I'm going to weigh the Big Mac and see if there is any difference in size. Not sure there will be, but let's find out.
200. Okay. Yep. Okay. What is it going to be? Oh.
Hang on.
Oh, wow. The same. Interesting. I did not expect that. As much as I can just sit there tapping away the box to get all the last little bits of sauce and lettuce and everything else out, I guess that shows that McDonald's worldwide is certainly trying to be consistent with the Big Mac. And that makes sense, as the Big Mac is the absolute staple. It's their king item. It might not necessarily even be their most traded item on a particular day, but my goodness, is it the face of the company. Where it does get weird though is the fact that I would have thought that the ingredients in the UK and the US Big Mac would have been very, very different from a particular's point of view, from sugars to fats to very particular oils, and all those kind of things are going to be quite different. So to keep it an identical weight, I don't know if I'm impressed or scared. Straight onto KFC though.
This is what a regular popcorn chicken looks like in the UK, and this is what a large popcorn chicken looks like.
In the US, we have a large popcorn chicken, and if you want to go even larger than the large, you can get yourself popcorn chicken box.
Why would you not?
Something for you and your buddies, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You're not eating this by yourself.
I mean, you could try, but why not just have a small and a share, or I guess it's a large and a large? That's just weird. Why would you start with a large and not just offer like a half piece being a small or something? People like variety.
Did I lose any? No way. Am I doing this without? Oh, don't jinx it.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Damn, that's a lot. 130 compared to 500.
And yep.
Damn. 285% increase. But again, it's not the same.
This is a regular fries, and this is a large fries.
Wow.
Here's the U.S. regular, right? You want to go the next size up. This is the U.S. large.
Damn. Good. Look at that. That is a lot of chips, and I can't wait for them to whack out the scales, or I hope they do. And let's just have a bit of a comparison here, because they're even just the amount of money that they're spending on the packaging. Like, that's cardboard, if you want to call it that, paper compared to paper. I don't know how to describe that, but very thin, extremely cheap. Like, you're talking fractions of cents per bag compared to maybe 1 cent per cardboard package.
US large. Good.
Look at that.
Look at how big that is. It's like 5 of those ones that he had.
Let's find out how much a large fries weighs in the UK.
Oh, it's going to be 200 grams? 150. Okay.
Let's weigh our large fry.
350?
Oh, man.
Oh, it was piled in there.
Packed in there, dude. Look at that. Is that everything?
100% more. Again,
in the UK,
2x. Why is the US just obsessed with 2x? Because, again, I would love to know what the price difference is, but there's no reason that it needs to be. Like, clearly, I guess they have all the markets, so it can't be right, but you'd think clearly if it's working around the world, elsewhere, Australia or the UK, you can get away with that. Then in the US, you go, oh, we can offer this and it should be fine. But out of all people, I trust them to do their market research, and they clearly are just knowing what people want. Like, it's as simple as that. People buy and show what they want through what they spend their money on. So just to be supersizing everything by practically everything we've seen so far between KFC and McDonald's, 200%.
In the UK, you can get buckets in 3 sizes.
Yeah.
You can get a 6-piece.
Same bucket though?
You can get a 10-piece.
Okay. Oh, see that?
Or you can get a 14-piece.
Right. Ugh, why does it look so gross like that? Oh, no. Not on the carpet. Oh, God. The poor chicken.
8-piece.
An 8-piece?
Whoa. Ugh.
Why is it?
12-piece.
Why is it? It looks so
This
different.
is. I can't even dump it.
What is that?
Yo. Look how much chicken this is.
What the hell?
Oh my god, what is this?
What is that? That is a bit revolting, to be honest. I mean, it definitely looks like what a lot of people expect fried chicken to look like, that classic just crispiness. But something about the color comparison, you can see that there is something going on there, and that's why I was surprised with the Big Mac to be so similar. You can see that this flakiness, I mean, even between buckets it looks a little bit different, but just that color difference, the flakiness difference, and honestly the size of the pieces, which might be the scariest part here. Like, this first piece that comes out of this bucket, well, honestly all of them, but look at those. You've filled up a normal plate in 2.5, maybe 3 pieces, compared to this poor guy, which he put the whole 12 piece on a single plate. I can only... Oh, is it the same plate? Okay, it's not the same plate. Thank God, I was going to say, but still, it's scarily impressive and gross at the same time. Burger King.
In the UK, we have 3 drink sizes.
Yep. Again, here we
We
go.
have a small, which is 250 milliliters.
Okay.
This is a US small.
We have a regular, which is 400 milliliters.
More than double.
This is a US medium.
And we have
More
a
than
large.
double.
Here. Ugh.
What is it? 1.25?
The US large. Burger King.
Damn, that is again just having to just come in and be the king, so to say, be the king-sized drinks, because you have already beaten McDonald's crazy 100% increase over here. 250% of 590. The fact that it's way more than double, or close enough to way more than double, like they said, 124% increase. I mean, I do wish for my own sake that we could just compare more countries, like just go Canada, Australia, South Africa, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, just like try and do everyone, see if there is any differences between the different worlds, because is it Europe versus North America? Where does Australia fit into that? I can only presume, well, I can guess where Australia fits into that, considering The smalls don't start at 600 mils as far as I'm aware, and they definitely don't go up to 1.12. Just trying to have a look if I can find just the sizes. And of course, it's not Burger King, it is Hungry Jack's because of a trademark licensing agreement that goes back to the start of time. But if we just look at the size, surely it's going to be telling me size. Per medium serve. Here we go. This is what I more so want. Hopefully it just tells me what the milliliters are going to be though, just to have a comparison of size. I mean, I can only imagine that oh no, here we go. Small. Where are the milliliters? Surely I don't want to know just the nutrition as much as it is good. How big is it? Well, it seems like I'm going to have to try and order something, and so if I can just whack it down and, I don't know, here, Balmain, there we go. This address will do, thank you. I'm not actually going to order it, but if I go cold, Coke, so we have small, medium, and large, but it doesn't say the size. How can it not say the size? I mean, I know kilojoules are a thing, but surely I just want to know how big you are. It doesn't say. That's insane.
Now in the UK, we have 3 sizes of fries. Small, regular, and large.
Regular.
Here's a Burger King small fry. Here's a Burger King medium fry.
Okay. Again with the cardboard
and
paper.
A Burger King large fry.
Wow, they look so
small. So of the 3 sizes of fries that we were given, I'm actually not sure which one is the regular and which one is the small. Right. Because these two kind of look identical. We're going to weigh them all.
The one that he had in the middle, which I believe was the orange one, I mean, it would make sense for them to get darker. But from my eye, it looks like the one on the left looks bigger, and so I guess the scales will not lie.
We're going to start with this orange bottoms bag.
Yep. What's it going to be? What was it? 80 grams? 85 grams?
88 grams. Now we're going to weigh the slightly darker orange bag and see which size this is.
Or did they just stuff it up? That could very well be the possibility.
So there's only a 5 gram difference, but this one is B small.
Supposedly. Damn, that's way bigger. What's that, like 200 or something? Yeah.
So a large fries in the UK looks like it's around 180 grams, which is double the regular.
Fair enough.
I'll break the scale.
What's it going to be? What, are you putting them all together? There's no way.
We're actually having some concerns about the sizes of the fries in the UK because our measurements showed that the lighter orange bag actually contained more fries than the darker orange bag. However,
I think
when lined up very scientifically like this, what we'll actually see is that the bag sizes go up in that color order instead.
Yeah.
So I think what's happened here is that our small is actually bigger than our regular.
Wow, a lot of fry drama over there in the UK. As you can see from our sizes, it's pretty obvious what the small, medium, and large is.
Yeah, it does make sense that you would be going up in ascending order, going from lightest to darkest, but at the same time, you just can say that there's someone stuffed it up. Someone grabbed the wrong amount. One was bigger. You know, if you're out by 20% both ways, one's being bigger, one's being smaller than it's meant to be, then it's meant to be, let's say, 65, 100, 180. That might be it. But then coming to this, every time for the States just to be having the same, call it scale, but needing to have not a plate, but a bowl just to capture everything so it doesn't spill off the edge. Again, it just says so much.
But, of course, we're still going to weigh them. So let's start with the small fry.
What's it going to be?
Yep. Oh,
okay.
Rogue fry. And now the medium
50% more. Again. What?
I'm making a face. I don't like that face. It's like, yeah, it's pretty similar. But I know how we will solve this.
Wow.
Not that way.
That's consistent.
Over here, Burger King is in the hot seat, baby. Burger King's in the hot seat.
Yeah.
Large fries. So I'm going to do something really tedious and boring.
Was that
2, 3, 4, 12, 13, 20, 21, 22, 35 regulars, 10 kind of broken up ones.
Is he counting the chips? That's insane. But the fact that the UK's large was bigger, wasn't it 182 compared to 170? I mean, that's not even the biggest conspiracy here, but the fact that that's the first time that the US has been smaller in anything. How is it possible?
1, 2, 34 and 18. But they'll have smaller ones.
One extra one?
Whoa!
Wow.
That's pretty cold, Burger King. That is pretty cold. Don't act like you're surprised by this. And I know what they're going to say. They're going to be like, well, everyone who scoops is different. Okay, but our scooper here and their scooper in the UK made a similar error.
Yeah. Yeah, that
suspicious, right?
That is very suspiciously consistent across continents. Like, it's one thing for me to be saying 20% positive, 20% negative, but for them to both have the same result across two completely different packages and servers and menus and restaurants and countries, how can you possibly be so similar, exactly similar, to the point where when he counted the chips, it was actually smaller? That's weird.
So this is a Whopper in the UK.
Okay, nice.
No, it's not. That's a Halloumi King. Is this the Whopper?
Oh God.
I've forgotten the Whoppers.
Oh no.
Burger King.
Oh no.
So what we're going to do is weigh a Whopper and see how much a Whopper weighs in the UK.
Well, it's like a quarter pounder, isn't it?
All right, let's take a look at the US Whopper. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna weigh it.
Yeah. If this ends up being the same as the UK, I will be dumbfounded, considering that the McDonald's one was the same, but surely not. Surely they're not all the same. I mean, it shows some outrageous consistency, almost too much consistency between the chips and also the burgers being so close. I guess that's what happens when you have mega international companies, but surely not. Surely they have to be so different. And again, now I just want to know, how big is the Australian Whopper? It's so disappointing that they just don't say it. But then again, I guess they are then trying to just skirt around legal trouble, going, well, if we say our burger is 250 grams and it's 230 because there's a bit less sauce and one less pickle and half a tomato less, then we don't want to have to be dealing with people just nitpicking every last little bit. And so as much as these guys are weighing it, I bet you couldn't find the grams, the ounces, whatever you want to be measuring them in for the other two countries as well. As much as it is, or would be, a nice comparison to have. What's it gonna be? Oh no, what? It is so close. 280 compared to 270. I mean, it is slightly smaller, which is a thing as well. Like, how the hell is it smaller? What are people doing? Again though, for the price, that's where things are missing. I need that last little bit. It's all well and good to be comparing the food, but if you're going to be giving people a sense of scale of difference, if one's $2 and one's $7, then for 7 grams, 9 grams less, whatever it is, I think people can afford, in their mind, to be justifying the difference. Like, the US wins by that point. But if they were both the same and then they're cheaper in the UK, that would be weird, because everything is usually more expensive in the UK compared to being cheaper for fast food in the US. Even though in recent years, and with tipping, is that a thing? Do you tip fast food? I guess you would. But either way, in recent years, it feels like the US has drastically got more expensive than fast food. It's caught up to a lot of the rest of the world. And if you look at the McDonald's Burger Big Mac index, often they're nowhere near the top. Domino's pizza.
This is the smallest pizza you can get in the UK. It's called an individual, and it measures 7 inches across.
Yeah, obviously they don't have this tiny thing in the US.
It's called an individual, and it measures 7 inches across.
Oh, 7 inches across. I wonder, what does Australia have? I think we now have minis. As of only 6 months, maybe a year ago, something like that. Recently, they introduced small pizzas. I guess they just followed in the footsteps and clearly shown that in the UK it was successful. So obviously they don't have something in the US, and so that's where Australia is just going to be gleaming different pieces from around the world. Now, I believe that they got a pepperoni, but let's just see, can I find what kind of sizes are around? Large? No, get out of the way. Large, mini. Okay, so I was right. Minus $3.50 or an extra large for positive plus $4. Oh, but here we go. Finally, someone that actually says the grams. So depending on which one they choose, whether it's the mini or the classic, whatever, we can compare it, because serving size is 8. But then here they said there was 4 servings per pizza. And so you're looking at 200 compared to 400 grams.
Our smallest is, believe it or not, the small. Here it is, and it measures in diameter 10 inches.
10.
The next size up is a small, which measures 9.5 inches.
Nice.
Next size up for the US is our medium, which is 12 inches.
Damn. How many? Oh,
This is 11.5 inches.
it's funny. Half an inch out. How is it
Well,
half an
I'm
inch
starving.
out?
All right,
So gold.
I grabbed a slice. I'm starving. This pizza smells so good. I skipped breakfast. Next pizza. Next up for the US is our large, which is a 14-inch diameter.
Damn.
Oh, hell yeah.
Again.
What's with the way they cut your large pizza, Harry?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Look at that.
What the hell?
And not to be
Half an
outdone,
inch.
the US has one more size, the extra large, diameter 16 inches. Bro, look at the size of this thing.
But only 6 pieces? Oh my lord. 6 pieces at a 16-inch pizza. Was the other one also like that? No. The large is 8 And that, as much as it's barely been chopped, it is 10. It's 10 slices. So the UK is chopping in 10 for a 13.5. The US goes to 8, but then their extra large is only 6. That's ridiculous. That's like serving by the slice and then some kind of sizes. 16 inches. What's that, like 43 centimeters? Is that right? 40.6 centimeters, and you are chopping it into only 6. So you are getting an outrageous amount of pizza. Like I said, if we come back to the nutritional information of the Australian pizzas, the mini apparently is 4 servings. 4! Extra large was 8, and they're 80 grams each. But that is an extra large in the US is not the same, and they only cut it into 6. So I reckon it'd be like 160 grams, probably. It would be way bigger.
Now, a 2.5-inch difference might not sound like a lot, but if you factor that into the surface area, it's actually 58 square inches wider than the UK's largest pizza, which is almost a third of an increase.
Okay, 30% more.
Am I looking at this right? Is it supposed to be 6 slices? It's 6 slices. That can't be right. 6 slices for a extra large pizza? Look at the size of these slices.
Yeah, exactly. What is going on there? I'm glad that someone that has at least been born and raised in the US is still having conniptions about the fact that it's only 6 slices. How is that a thing? It shouldn't be a thing. It's not a thing. Just chop them in half again, or I don't know, fold them over, and you're going to have to Homer Simpson it just to get it down your gullet, because there is no way you're going to be able to manage that. It's going to fold in half while you're just dealing with this whole mini. Because what was it? It was 16 inches. So one slice is diameter of a slice is longer by an inch than the UK's smallest pizza being a 7-inch pizza. That's ridiculous. Oh, Starbucks, all right.
Now, hot coffees in the UK come in 4 sizes. Firstly, we have a short coffee, which is 8 ounces.
The short, 8 ounces.
Then we have a tall coffee, which is 12 ounces.
Next, we have the tall.
Next,
12 ounces.
it's a grande coffee, which comes in at 16 ounces.
Then we got the grande, 16 ounces.
A venti, or 20 ounces.
Damn.
Sensational. And the biggest one,
was that the same?
the venti, 20 ounces.
20 ounces. Was that what
And
I had? 20 ounces?
16 ounces.
A venti, or 20 ounces.
Wow. So it's the same. Honestly, don't really care to compare this one in Australia because they have, 3 stores in the whole country. They're just not very popular. There's a couple around. I think people go there for the uniqueness of it for anything else, and then they never go there again unless you're just some insane person. But realistically, for them to be the same across the board, not even like 8 ounces versus 230 mil or 12 ounces compared to 360, like they're bang on. And that's so Americanized to be taking that over to the UK. That's interesting.
And in case you're wondering, it's called the venti because 20 in Italian is ventiquinto.
Just to double check, we're going to measure the largest hot coffee in the UK.
Or what? Oh, and mils. Nice.
So our venti coffee actually came to closer to 18 ounces. Sort that out, Starbucks. Where's my 2 ounces?
Yeah. That's not
Now
nothing.
I'm going to measure the
10%.
venti coffee, which should be 20 ounces minus a few sips.
What's it going to be? If it's
Wait.
18. Oh, it's bigger. There's more.
Came prepared.
Wow.
Whoa, come on. I did not drink that much. Oh, Starbucks.
What?
That's not even 2, that's like an ounce.
Wait, what?
A cold coffee.
Why was his measuring cup so different? Why would you not just get a 20-ounce measuring cup? I mean, they were both Pyrex. It's not the same, I don't believe. I think North American Pyrex is a little bit different. The chemistry within it doesn't really cope with high temperatures. I'm surprised it didn't just smash on instant pour, but to be only 17 ounces, call it 18 ounces, so then they were both only 18 ounces. How is that ever possible that people are so consistent across the board?
No, that's not even 2, that's like an ounce.
Cold coffees in the UK come in 3 sizes.
Oh, what about all the sugar
tall?
bonanzas?
The tall,
Tall.
12 ounces.
What?
Grande
We got the grande.
and venti.
Here's where things get kind of weird. Our venti iced is 24 ounces. And we have another size up, Trenti, right? Trenta, and that is
A litre?
30 ounces.
90 mils. Is that because people are complaining about ice or something? Like the amount of ice that is going to be in the bigger ones gets more, so then they're giving you even more? Or that's just one stupid reason for it, but why would it be different? Why have they been so consistent and then changed at the last minute? Because then you're making different cups. Why would any company want to be making different products? Like in terms of, you can make 40 billion 20 ounces, or you can make 20 billion 20 ounces and 20 billion 24 ounces. Why would you do that?
So a UK cold venti is exactly 20 ounces.
Fair enough. With ice?
Yeah, 21. I thought this was supposed to be 24.
Whoa.
How many fluid ounces? Venti. Iced.
What is it?
24?
Damn.
How much is it? 21?
Damn.
Starbucks.
Wow.
With the ice, you still don't have it.
Yeah, that's crazy that they're they're more than 10% off, which is weird considering the UK was so bang on. And I don't even believe that the cup was majorly empty or anything. Like you can see, the 24, there's not an extra room for, maybe you could squeak it in, but there's not really 3 more ounces of room in that cup. Here we go.
The Subway in the UK, you can get sandwiches in 4 different sizes.
Okay. 4?
Firstly, we have toasted bites, a 6-inch sub,
Okay.
a foot-long sub,
Okay. It's bigger.
and
What's bigger?
then you can get a platter.
Okay, that's a bit different.
And in the US, we have 3 sizes. The 6-inch,
Yeah. Fair
the
enough.
foot long.
And then what is it going to
For
be?
you and your team,
I feel like I saw these in the intro.
the big boy.
Okay, that's better.
Party platter.
That's all right.
The old Subway platypus.
Now in the UK, a platter looks like this. What they do is they make 4 foot-long sandwiches, then they cut those into 4s. So you're left with 16 pieces, each of which is 3 inches.
And for the party platter here, they take 5 sandwiches, cutting them into 3 pieces, giving you 15 sandwiches total. In addition, in the US, you can also get yourself
Some cookies.
3-foot-long party sub.
There we go.
Look at
That's what I thought I saw. Actually, that does look like 2 separate sandwiches, but that's what I thought I saw, and that's what I was going, where is it? They said they only have 3 sizes, the 6, the foot, and the platter, which the platter's weird. I feel like they should have 2 sizes. The mini sandwich in the UK, the 6 and the 1 foot. That's 3 sizes, and this should be the 6, the 1, and the 3 foot. The platter is a different entirely thing. It's not even a fair comparison. It's not the size of sandwich. It's a grouping of sizes. Again, though, it's so strange to me, and the market research behind it, I'm sure would have a reason, but the fact that they chop them into different allotments, going 3 4-foot segments between 5 sandwiches compared to 4 3-inch, not foot, 3-inch segments in the UK. Of course, it is also 1 whole less foot long that they've cut up, 5 versus 4, but again, that's where the main difference begins in terms of what is the price disparity. That's what truly matters. I don't care if I'm getting less, but I don't want to be paying that much less. I mean, it's country to country, currency to currency, whatever. But if you're paying double for less, there might be a little bit of a problem there.
In addition, in the US, you can also get yourself
Look at this thing.
3-foot-long party sub.
Nice.
Look at this thing.
It's so
This is
good.
ridiculous.
Why do they wrap it
3
like that?
feet, so that is, what's that in? What do you got in the UK? That's
What?
17 meters? I have
What?
no idea.
Look at, what is that bread?
Yeah.
Oh, it is 1 bread.
If you're a fan of Subway,
Whoa, is that 1 bread? Surely not. That seems like an impossible task to try and keep together to make. I mean, I guess you're just going to be chopping it up and feeding your whole family with it anyway. But I bet that it's probably more expensive than just buying 3 foot-longs. That would be my guess. I mean, it's a little bit wider too. But in comparison, it certainly feels like if anything you're going to be putting a party in front of, make it festive, make it unique, you're paying a price increase for that for sure.
if you're a fan of Subway's cookies, in the UK those come in 3 sizes.
What? The cookies?
1 cookie,
Oh, okay.
3 cookies,
As a group?
or 12 cookies.
Fair enough.
In the US Subway, you can get a single cookie,
Yeah.
a dozen cookies,
Damn, as a middle? And then
or the
What, you can't move it?
the 36 cookie platter. Booyah!
Yeah, fair enough. Again, how much difference is it in terms of price? But look, if people are out there, if there's a market for it, go for it. I can only imagine it's going to be triple the price, but whatever. It's just making groupings for people to buy. So if people buy it, it doesn't really matter. If they're the same price, then people would be upset. However, considering he struggled to move this thing in the beginning, considering it had 30 cookies on it, it now does make me wonder, considering they didn't do it for any of this, what is the scales difference between UK and US Subway? Considering if a cookie, isn't able to be moved. That seems like it's pretty dense. I don't care if it's 30 or 5 or 400. It's a pretty dense cookie, let alone things like the overall weight of this 3-foot sub. And like I said, comparing it to 3-foot-long subs, as that would give you then a good idea about how much more you should be paying. Because like I said, it's wider, it's taller, it's more grand, whatever you want to be calling it. It's a venti version, I don't know. But if you end up paying a similar enough price for the volume and the mass increase, then that's a fair enough thing. Like, of course, things go up, and buying in bulk like this doesn't really work. They're buying in bulk. You're not buying in bulk. You're buying in party size. And so between the US and the UK, it's interesting that things are somewhat similar, but then also somewhat completely different. Like, drinks are just so exaggerated. And I wonder where that stems from as a culture. Why are the drinks, especially like I said at the start, with free refills, why do the drinks need to be doubled from the get-go? That's weird. It should be the other way around. If you buy one drink and you don't get free refills, you'd think that it would be bigger than the drink that you're paying for the cup for and not really the liquid for. But then to be going all the way up to the different KFC buckets and the Domino's pizzas and all of those kind of things, the price goes out the window when you were just having these stupidly big slices you can't even eat anymore. So as much as it would have been quite an undertaking to be able to include all the different data sets, I would have loved it if they could have made some extra comparisons or some other comparisons in this video to give people more context, to go, this is UK versus US, but this is what we've discovered in Australia. This is Canada. Canada versus the US. Is there a difference? Is there not? What about all the other places in Europe? France, Germany. Do they all behave the same? Are they managed by the Europe department, the North America department, or does each country do their own thing? Because it feels like everything's bigger in the US for a reason, and everyone else just gets the crumbs that are left underneath, but for the same damn price.